Now we have present perfect progressive. So present perfect progressive talks about how long an activity has been in progress before the moment that we are talking. So it's an activity that takes longer, like present progressive, but here we are talking about present perfect progressive. It's the same. It's something that have been a long time till now. So we can use the time expressions with since, like here, they have been driving, ing, since 2 o'clock. Or they have been driving for 2 hours. We can say the time too. And we use the present progressive, driving, ing. And with the questions, we use the subject verb inversion too, how long, or any other question, have they been driving? So have comes at the beginning, they have been driving. So the question has the form has or have, subject plus been plus ing, just as well as the sentences have or has plus been plus ing. We cannot do a sentence without been if we are using present perfect. Now we have present progressive versus present perfect progressive. So present progressive in the lifetime, we see that it's in progress till now, but present perfect progressive is in progress and how long the process took to get to now. So we have Pooh is sitting in class right now. The present progressive describes an activity in progress right now as this, but it doesn't discuss any duration. It doesn't say how long he has been there. No. And in these other sentences, Pooh has been sitting in class since 9 o'clock. So Pooh is sitting in his desk in his class. He sat down at 9 o'clock. It's now 9:30, so he has been there since 9 o'clock. The present perfect progressive expressed the duration of how long it took to that person being there. So it began at the past and it's in progress till right now. Now we have present perfect progressive as Gina and Tariq are talking on the phone. They have been talking on the phone for 20 minutes. So we have here that expresses the direction of the activities using the action verbs, talking. The activity was in the past and is still in process. So we have the same form. Have or has plus been plus ing. And the difference between present perfect progressive and present perfect is the present perfect expresses repeated activities that occur in a specific time but is not happening right now, and the duration of the present situations. As Gina has known Tariq for 2 years. So he has known him for 2 years, he still know him now, but we don't know the timeline and how they know him, and we are using know that is a non-action verb, like this too. Gina has talked to Tariq on the phone many times. He has talked to him many times before. She is not talking to him right now, but she has talked to him before. And we have present perfect progressive and present perfect together. For some and not all the verbs, the durations can be expressed by either present perfect or present perfect progressive. Like I have been living here for 6 months, or I have lived here for 6 months. Some of the verbs can do these two sentences with different present perfects, like progressive or normal, but not all can do the same. And in examples like F and G, we have essentially the same meaning and both are correct, but not all the verbs can do that. Often either tense can be used with verbs that express duration of a usual and habitual activities or situations, like live, work, teach, smoke, wear, pay checks, go to school. There are things that we do often every day, so we can say I have been going to school ever since I was 5 years old, or I have gone to school ever since I was 5 years old. We can put them together and we can do different sentences that has the same meaning. Or Ed has been wearing glasses since he was 10, or Ed has worn glasses since he was 10. They are the same meaning. They are happened before until now, and those are the things that we can do with some of the verbs. Now we have past perfect. So past perfect is used when the speaker is talking about two different events at two different times in the past. One event ends before the second event starts, but they both happened in the past. So we have like this: Jack left his apartment at 2. Sue arrived at his apartment at 2:50 and knocked on the door. So we can say, when Sue arrived, Jack wasn't here. He had left. So Sue arrived in the past, but Jack had left before she arrived. So past perfect is something that happens before the past already. So to show the time relationship between the two events, we use the past perfect, had left, and we use the second event like this with simple past. Sue arrived. So we have this: Jack has left the apartment when Sue arrived. Or he had, with the apostrophe D as a contraction, left. I left, they left. That's a contraction. And the form is had plus past participle. So this is something that happens before the past start. So in the timeline, this happened in the past, and this happened more past than the past. So we have how to use them, like Jack had left before Sue arrived, so we can use before and we can use after. Sue arrived after Jack has left. So before and after are used in a sentence, and the time relationship is already clear, so the past perfect is not necessarily that much. Like Sue arrived after Jack left, so we can just say it without past perfect, or we can say it with past perfect. Sue arrived after Jack had left. But we know that with those, with before and after, we don't have to use, or it's not necessarily use past perfect. So the past perfect is more common on writing, like such books as fiction, like this, and we can see it in some books. And that's all.